Mhm. Hello. Sorry for being a little late. I was trying to log on since 11:59, and the YouTube was not loading. Hello, Sangha. Hello. Hello, Marcus. Thanks. Hello, Véronique. So, yeah, you can, if you have access to the chat, you can feel free to just kind of say hello and maybe where you're from. And I'm going to open this screen a bit. Let some people arrive. I'm going to introduce myself. So I'm Muriel Jaouich. I actually work for True North, although right now, not really. No. I definitely do work. I've been mentored by Pascal and Daryl and Ross, and have a lot of gratitude for these teachers. So I teach in the morning in French, so now it's interesting to just kind of switch to English, which is really nice too. Hello, Enid. Hello, France. Hi. Just kind of waiting for people to slowly come in. So I was thinking, good to know. Maybe I will start a new one. I think it's at lunch. Ah, it's working. Okay. I think at lunch it gets really, I can see you're all there now. Okay. I don't need to add it in the, I see that people are here now. Okay. I was noticing that there weren't many people all of a sudden. So I was like, trying not to take it personally. Okay, good. So you're all there. All right. But I'll check the chat if it's not, working. And what I'm noticing is that at this time of the day, around noon, it seems like our YouTubes are actually a bit, I'm imagining that there's just a lot of bandwidth, and not a lot of bandwidth actually, just anyhow, I'll just start. All right, thanks. I'll keep an eye on the chat in case you don't see me or hear me anymore. So I was reading a poem, and I'll start again. Actually, I hadn't started. So a poem by Rumi, translated by Coleman Barks. Two kinds of intelligence. So we can kind of start our practice. If you need to close your eyes or keep them open, see what works for you. So there are two kinds of intelligence. One acquired as a child in school, memorizes facts and concepts from books and from what the teacher says, collecting information from the traditional sciences as well as from the new sciences. With such intelligence, you arise in the world. You get ranked ahead or behind others in regard to your competence in retaining information. You stroll with this intelligence in and out of fields of knowledge, getting always more marks on your preserving tablets. There is another kind of tablet, one already completed and preserved inside you. A spring overflowing its spring box, a freshness in the center of the chest. This other intelligence does not turn yellow or stagnate. It's fluid, And it doesn't move from outside to inside through the conduits of plumbing learning. The second knowing is a fountainhead from within you moving out. This second knowing is a fountainhead from within you moving out. So we can take a moment to maybe just simply connect with our breath moving, moving inside our bodies, in whichever way it's moving through you, in the in-breath and the out-breath. Maybe just allowing ourselves to be simply moved by this capacity of breathing that happens, pretty naturally. As I'm breathing in, breathing out, I'm hearing also the wind outside. It almost seems like this wind is a breath. So kind of this breathing in this body is like this wind. Maybe simply feeling the feet touching the ground, the feet touching the earth. If it's possible, maybe we can even feel our whole body breathing in and the whole body breathing out, kind of feeling into the expansion in the in-breath and just the releasing in the out-breath. Maybe gently bringing your attention to your face and just sensing into any sensations felt. In the face, if there's some areas that feel more sensitive or where there are sensations being felt, can kind of just let ourselves become aware of that. You might have sensations, really slight, very delicate, gentle sensations in forehead, cheeks, feeling maybe heaviness in the eyes or the eyebrows. So noticing if we can breathe into this area or those areas. And as we breathe out, just inviting, the whole face to really soften And it's just an invitation. It might be it might be really something we don't have access to, and it's completely fine. Just kind of inviting, offering the intention, to just soften the whole face, noticing maybe where there may be some tensions. So simply offering a really gentle, delicate, kind attention. Maybe even bringing our attention to the contact of the lips, the mouth, the lips touching one another, or if they're slightly open, we can just feel the breath coming in, the breath coming out. So again, just noticing if in this whole region of the face, the head, you can simply invite just through a gentle intention to, to relax, to soften, to actually really accompany ourselves as we are, simply inviting our tensions to dissolve through this gentle intention. And then we can bring our attention to our shoulders, even maybe the neck, actually, maybe the neck and the throat area. I find sometimes the neck and the throat area to be a very sensitive area in my body, as if I'm sometimes in a form of kind of denial, that almost as if there are things that reside in this area, kind of the impact of having said something that I would have preferred not saying, or having not said something that I would have preferred, communicating or more skillfully, or anyhow, all the ways, that our speech happens. So maybe for me, it's always an opportunity to kind of touch into this area of the throat and to really just offer tenderness, forgiveness. Knowing that I am pretty imperfect, and deeply conditioned. So just allowing myself to, to feel that and to let this kind of move through me, not hold anything there. Okay. Maybe bring your attention to the region of the shoulders. And maybe like a teacher that many of you may probably know, Tara Brach, really love the way she often invites us to breathe from, kind of inside the shoulders. So see if that's something that is possible. I find it allows for a sense of really inhabiting our physical experience, of knowing this region from the inside, even if it's probably just an image, really. But if we are, just kind of breathing in this region and And again, allowing whatever it is that we're holding, on these shoulders, consciously or unconsciously, just for the next few minutes, if we can let them kind of slide, all of the weight, just kind of let it slide into the earth. Then we can bring our attention maybe to the region of the chest, the heart, the stomach. And if you feel that that is something that is helpful, you can always put your hands on your heart, chest, and stomach. And just, allow the rising of the breath and just sense the contact of the hands there, kind of following, the rising and falling of the breath. Can also invite maybe the region of the back to also kind of breathe into, the whole region of the back as well. So basically the whole upper, this upper body, front and back, and maybe even on the sides. So breathing in from the inside, and breathing out, just inviting the body to rest, to relax, or to release maybe. And maybe just feeling the buttocks on the chair, cushion, or wherever you're laying down. If you're sitting, if you're in a seated position, maybe just feeling the kind of the stability, or checking into this posture at this moment. And maybe there's, no stability, no ground, and just allowing to notice what's there. And maybe to invite some, some kindness or tenderness to whatever is actually noticed, if it's particularly difficult or painful, and even if it's pleasant, just always inviting, softness, if that's helpful. And noticing the strength, in this capacity to invite what we need. Maybe bringing our attention to the region of the legs and the feet. And again, as we bring our attention maybe to the feet, just noticing the contact. If you're sitting on a chair, or if you're in your cushion, just noticing where there's point of contact. and seeing if there's access to a sense of connection to the ground, to the earth, knowing that the earth is also holding us, and also that as we are here together practicing, even maybe connecting into the sense of of sangha, kind of appreciating that we're all here for one another. And maybe I'll offer just a few words on gratitude, a practice. And if that doesn't resonate for you, just keep doing your own practice. It's very possible that gratitude doesn't feel sometimes accessible, and that's completely understandable. So maybe recognizing, the opportunity that we have to hear, to have these spiritual teachings, the Dharma, opportunity to practice together. Maybe take a moment to kind of sink in or to feel, this gratitude or this appreciation. Or even see if there's possibility to arouse gratitude for the Buddha or for all spiritual people that have inspired you, that have touched your life in some way. And they don't need to be spiritual. Maybe also noticing just simple things, if having gratitude for, if that's possible to have that, but for nutritious food, if that's something that you have access to, or somewhere to where we have a place to live, maybe a supportive family, friends. So maybe just noticing, the mind sometimes can also bring us, as I bring these things to mind, that there is not gratitude because there isn't a supportive family or friends. So maybe just seeing if, just in this moment, if we can, just gently try to connect with something that is supportive. So maybe it's plants or animals, or maybe there is, a friend, a family member, a loved one. And maybe there's possibility to send them, your heartfelt gratitude for the care and support that they have given to you. As we think of parents, whether they are alive or not. And again, if it's possible, to extend gratitude to them. We can also include casual acquaintances, neighbors, co-workers, person also, those who provide service, maybe doctor, nurses, people that deliver our mail, and so on. So just to recognize how each person supports your life and it's possible to feel into this gratitude that you may have for them. We can also express our gratitude for the presence of flowers as they are starting, some are starting to appear. Also, gratitude for the presence of the trees, the planets, the stars, the animals, for all of humanity. So to allow gratitude to arise for all that life contains. And maybe also to allow your gratitude to become a source of contentment and peace. And I'll end with another poem from Rumi called Bird Wings. Your grief for what you've lost, lifts a mirror up to where you're bravely working. Expecting the worst, you look, and instead, here's the joyful face you've been waiting to see. Your hand opens and closes, and opens and closes. If it were always a fist or always stretched open, you would be paralyzed. Your deepest presence is in every small contracting and expanding. The two as beautifully balanced and coordinated as bird wings. Thank you. So, just before ending, I did want to mention that there is going to be an online retreat with True North Insight. So our first online retreat will happen this coming Saturday and Saturday evening and Sunday. And it's going to be with Roxane Do in French. So if any of you are interested, you can register. There's a sliding scale. So I'll be there, Bibiana will be there, Roxane, and maybe we'll hope to see some of you with us. I'm also teaching tomorrow at noon in French, and there will be a bit of a Dharma talk, probably something like 15 minutes. Merci. So be well. Have a easeful day. Thank you, Bibiana. Thank you, Enid. Thank you, France. Thank you, Emma. Merci, Pierre-Vincent. Thanks. Thank you, Marcus. Thanks again, Bibiana. Merci Véronique, ceux qui étaient là aussi au début. Hester, Mélanie. Okay. Be well. Mhm. Okay. Another way for me to know that this also worked for you is if you do some, I don't like to say that, but I'm going to say it, just do some likes. It's kind of nice to have some feedback. Thank you. Thanks. Rafi, thank you. Bye.